You are lucky today because you're getting 3 reviews in one video. And we're not talking about a good, better, best. We're talking more about a 2, 3, 4 or small, medium, large. So stay tuned and I'll go into what these products are and how they can help you out. Hey, it's HighTechDad. Welcome to my channel where I review all types of tech. Tech for the home, tech for work, and tech for on the go. And today we are looking at 3 products from Hyper, otherwise known as HyperShop. I have worked with Hyper for many, many years. I've got to say at least a decade, maybe more. Met the CEO back at CES many years ago. And what we're looking at today are 3 types of chargers. So we have the Qi2 2-in-1 magnetic charging stand. That's this little guy. We have the Qi2 3-in-1 magnetic charging stand, and that's this one here. And then we have the Qi2 4-in-1 magnetic charging stand. And so like I was saying earlier, this isn't a good, better, best. They're all very, very similar in terms of what they can do. It just depends on how many Apple devices you want to use with them. These are all wireless charging stands. This one you can do 2 devices. This one you can do 3 devices. And this one you can do 4 devices. So in this video, I'm going to go through the what's on the box and what's in the box. And then I'll get up close and personal with all of these devices and give my recommendations on which one you might like. Let's take a look first at what's on the box of the 2-in-1 magnetic charging stand. So you can see what it looks like here, and you can see how the watch actually fits in the back. It's kind of a nice small design. On the front, it shows that it is for the iPhone, the Apple Watch, and potentially the AirPods as well. 15 watts charging for up to 15 watts charging for the iPhone, and you can charge 2 devices at once. So they go into more details on the back, sort of showing how it's set up, talks about what's in the box. So hard to read, but basically the magnetic stand, charging cable, and a user guide. So that's what's on the box. Let's take a look at the 3-in-1. This is the Qi2 3-in-1 magnetic charging stand, so you can get an idea for what it looks like. And this has 3 devices on there. You've got your AirPods, your Apple Watch, and your iPhone, all wireless charging. Also, it has the up to 15 watts fast charging speed for the iPhone, charge up to 3 devices, and it shows that it has a very compact design, which I'll go into in a little bit. It talks about what the compatibility is, and then it gives a little bit more information about what you get with this device. So let's take a look at the 4-in-1. This is the largest of all the charging solutions that I'm going into it. So it's the 4-in-1 magnetic charging stand. And you can see here 4 devices. So 2 iPhones. Looks like there is a charging base. And then you have the magnetic stand, watch, AirPods. You have a pivoting holder for those items. It talks about 2 times faster charging speed, so this is going to be probably the 15 watts as well. 4 devices, folding design, made for iWatch or Apple Watch. And then on the back, it shows a little bit more details. You do also have a DC in and a USB-C in. It shows how the head pivots and folds down. One thing that's really nice about this is it does include 4 travel adapters. So you can take this whole device. It's a little heavy, but if you have the room and you don't mind the little extra weight, you can bring it along and charge 4 devices while you're traveling abroad. So let's open up these boxes and see what's inside. Starting with the Charge Fast Travel Light. This is the 2-in-1 magnetic charger. already cut the little plastic tape there, and let's see what's inside. Turn it around. So here, nothing else in the box besides some user manuals, and they do have them in multiple languages, I believe. So charging stand documentation, user guide. So I'll put that aside. And then this is the stand itself. So let's see if I can just take it out without destroying anything. You can see fairly small USB-C slot here. And then it looks like that is the stand that it rests on. So you would put your iPhone there. And then there is a fold out for your watch to charge. So we can have that at an angle, and I'll test that out as well. So that is the stand itself from Hyper. And then inside you do get, let's see, I'm going to destroy the box probably. Yes. You do get a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. There's nothing else. So that is one thing to note. You have to supply your own plug for the USB-C charging cable. So they give you the cable, but not the plug. Next up for the unboxing is the ultra-fast, ultra-portable 3-in-1 magnetic charging stand. So already cut open the plastic here. So let's see what's inside. Nice that they have a way to pull things out easily. So let's see, just like the smaller sized one, there are some manuals here. So user guide, documentation notice. So you have that. And then you have the stand itself. So here it is, packaged very similarly. Let's see if I can slide it out and you can take a look at that. Just like the other one, there is a USB-C cable inside. So USB-C to USB-C does not come with a wall adapter. So you do have to supply your own wall adapter. But still, it's nice to see that. And then this is the stand itself, fairly compact. So you can see this is a rigid design here. That's the base. That's where you plug in your USB-C. And then you have what looks like a very innovative hinge here. So this is the place where you would attach via MagSafe your iPhone for wireless charging. And then it looks like it has a little fold out for your Apple Watch, which is also wireless here. So the three places: iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods down at the bottom. And last but not least, we have portable and fast charging stand for 4 devices. So this is the Qi2 4-in-1 magnetic charging stand. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing to note, I believe that the MagSafe charger for your main iPhone is up to 15 watts, but then the wireless part here to charge a second phone is up to 10 watts. So let's see what's inside. This is a little bit bigger. And the big reveal, we have, just like the other items, we have the documentation notice and user guide. And then it looks like there are here probably the charging cord. So this is different than the other devices. This actually gives you a power supply that you would plug into the back of the charging stand. And you can see we are missing the plugs here because this does come with international plugs. So I'll show that in a second. So I'm going to put that aside. And then here, I believe we have the various plugs. So you can see all different types come with it. So you've got this. This is the US. We have this. We have this. So all different types. And the nice thing about it, and I'll put this aside right here and just attach the US one, is that they just sort of slide and snap in, it looks like. So that is attached for the US one, and then you can press and remove. It probably, does it say doesn't say which ones work in which countries, but it's easy enough to look up. So that one snaps right on. So it's kind of handy to have. Does not look like it doesn't come with a carrying bag. That would be kind of nice to have with all these plugs. But let's take a look at the charger itself. So this one is in white, it looks like. And it comes folded. So you can see pretty small, so it would fit pretty well into a suitcase. And then it looks like this arm pivots up, and then you have your Apple Watch, you have the iPhone primary iPhone MagSafe charger, and you can see that that pivots as well, so that's kind of nice. And then you have another MagSafe area with a little bit lower wattage, and then you have, maybe you can see the reflection there, that's where your AirPods go. And then in the back you can use the dedicated plug, or it looks like you can use a USB-C PD in for charging as well. Let's see how the 2-in-1 works. So you can see fairly small, very, very compact. You can almost put it in your pocket. So I have my USB-C already powered on here. And so one thing that you could do right out of the box, just like this, if you just have an iPhone, you can just pop it on to the pad right here. I'm trying to find where the charge is, and it'll start charging right like that. So you have that option to just lay it flat and do it that way. But the other way that you can do it is this little kickstand folds out, and you just place it down like that, and you can put your iPhone directly against there, and then it goes right into standby mode if you have that configured for it. So that's kind of nice. It's very stable. You can't really do it vertically, but this seems to be pretty good. And then you also have the option to charge your iPhone. So I'm going to disconnect that. You fold out your Apple Watch. So you have your iPhone attached, Apple Watch charger comes out in the back, and all you do is just lay it on top and it starts charging. So really, really compact design, very easy for travel. What do you guys think? Do you like this solution? Okay, so let's take a look at the 3-in-1. I've already plugged it in, but in case you're wondering, it's just a USB in the back. So again, fairly compact, and this is good for 3 Apple devices. So for starters, you have the area where you can put your AirPods. So it goes right in the bottom there. It's hard to get the angle right, but I believe these are already charged, so they're not gonna actually show anything, but that is where the AirPods are charged, down at the bottom. Then you also have, of course, the MagSafe for your iPhone. And the nice thing about this pivots. You can place it directly on. You can see it's charging, and you can put it in landscape mode. And so you can use standby if you want to do that. I haven't configured this phone for that. So you have those options. And then the last option here is folding out for your Apple Watch. So this is actually the configuration that I'm using for my bed stand. And so I just take my watch, put it on here, and it starts charging. So up to 15 watts, Qi2. So if you have Qi2 compatible devices, you could use that. Perfect for your Apple Watch. And then the AirPods go right underneath, so you can do 3 devices at once. All right, so lastly, we have the 4-in-1 Qi2 magnetic charging stand. So this is sort of the most robust of all of them. Again, it has the same power charging for like the iPhone and the Apple Watch and the AirPods. But here you can see the case itself, or sorry, the stand itself, and it has a pivoting arm, which is kind of nice. And I already showed that you can pivot the MagSafe to different viewing angles. So let's take a look at how this works. All right, I'm going to put the box to the side here and see what I can do in terms of aligning this. So you have obviously the MagSafe charger, and it can pivot, as I mentioned. So putting it on a desk or having it above, and you can obviously, because it is MagSafe, you can rotate it so it can go into standby mode as well. So you have that. Then you have your AirPods. Yeah, they're fully charged, so it's probably not going to show, but to charge the AirPods, you just put it there. There you can see the little green light went on. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. And then you have the option to put the Apple Watch on there as well. So those are like three primary ones. And then you also have the ability to charge wirelessly here. Kind of hard to see. Let me do that again so that you can see it turn on. But I put it right there, and then it indicates that it is charging. So 4 devices at once, and fairly compact design, which is kind of nice. What do you think about this solution? And remember, it does come with all of the international plugs, so you could fold it up, throw it in a suitcase, and just bring it along with you, and you don't have to bring any cables or anything like that. There you have it. 3 different charging solutions for your Apple devices from Hyper. We have 2 devices, 3 devices, and 4 Apple devices, all simultaneously. All seem to be fairly portable, which is kind of nice. They look really good. They do come in other colors, I believe. So we have the 2-in-1, as you can see here, that can do iPhone and Apple Watch. You have the 3-in-1, which can do the iPhone, the Apple Watch, and AirPods, all in a nice compact design. And then you have the 4-in-1, iPhone primary, iPhone secondary, Apple Watch, and AirPods. And remember that the 4-in-1 does come with chargers that you can use overseas, which is kind of nice. So the smaller ones do come with, it looks like about a 3-foot USB-C, does not come with the plug. That's probably the one minus about these two, whereas the larger one does come with the plug, but still you can pick up plugs fairly inexpensively. And I have to look at my cheat sheet here for the pricing. So right now, the 2-in-1, regularly $99.99, is on sale for $79.99. Be sure to take a look at the description below. I'll have links to Amazon and to the Hyper Shop. So then for the 3-in-1, it is normally $119.99. It's on sale for $95.99. And then lastly, the large one, the 4-in-1, is regularly $159.99, on sale for $127.99. So what do you guys think? Leave me a comment below and tell me which one you think is the best for travel, the best for just being at home, using in your bedroom or in your office. I have used all 3 of these now. For me, obviously, this is great for travel. You can put it in your pocket. This one's really good for the nightstand. Also probably pretty good for travel, although it is a little bulky. But this one, the way it folds down, flat, throw it in a suitcase with the international plugs is very, very compelling for travel as well. So let me know, what do you think? So as always, thank you for watching. I would really appreciate a thumbs up, a subscribe, a like, helps with the algorithm. You get reviews that are relevant to your likes, and it also encourages me to do more video reviews like this. I want to thank Hyper for sending me out the samples, and I'm enjoying our long-term relationship here. If you have any questions, you can ask me on social media. Just search for HighTechDad. If you have any questions, you can go to my Facebook page, and that's at facebook.com/HTDblog. And lastly, you can head over to my website, which I've been doing for over 2 decades now, and that's at HighTechDad.com. Thanks for watching, and come back soon to see my next product review.